Agitation.
Incoming transmission.
One sec. And crew blinked out of existence as it was navigating the debris field, and then reappeared minutes later. They reported that they found themselves briefly in some extra-dimensional space. External viewports revealed that they were surrounded by countless ships of alien design, suspended in a seemingly endless void. Before the crew could get their bearings, the vision abruptly faded and found themselves back in regular space. Where roughly half the crew are missing. Science officer so-and-so speculates they may have been selectively trapped by some unknown mechanism in that strange space. Fortunately. The galaxy presents enough threats without a worryable war between the Spawn Commonwealth and the Galactic Combine, which suggests entering into a non-aggressive pact to mutually secure peace.
Incoming transmission.
The missing members, total loss to the dimensional rift, have reappeared. They hailed us from aboard an unknown vessel not entirely dissimilar to our own spaceships, idling close to where the ISS Aratsura originally experienced a dimensional disturbance. They claim to remember none of their time outside our dimension, aside from vague awareness of having been away for some time. We wish for nothing to return to service under the science officer so-and-so, intend to surrender the ship to Saban authorities. Very well. Sure. Other science vessel.
Incoming transmission.
Agree. Oh, I never did complete the other guy's thing, sadly. We've allowed you to move up through in territory for too long. Today we draw a line. Typical. Asteroid collision. A large mineral-rich asteroid collided with Nakam 1A at some point during the previous 1,000 years. What must have been a major impact event. An abundance of materials can now be found on the moon in the vicinity of the impact crater. Fortuitous event.
Special project complete.
Space amoeba. The entities encountered by a fleet some time ago are spaceborne life forms. Quickly named Space Amoeba, following an analyst's gross misreading of initial sensor output, the creature is in fact larger than the average Sibland corvette.
Situation log updated.
Mandate unfulfilled. Guarantee independence. The views continued independence of the Spawn Commonwealth as a prerogative. We are capable to formally devote ourselves to that cause. They guarantee the independence of our empire. If we are attacked, we automatically come to our defense. Okay, you're very nice. Detective. Sure. I'll accept that. These guys right here. Ah, he got re-elected. Situation log. Research. Planet-side mining. 2 additional mining districts. Let us get a 2 colony ships going. Gonna colonize these 2 places.
Anomaly found.
There. Do it that way. I almost wish I could put the speed up faster. A separate scan of Hanari 1 has identified the remnants of an ancient installation on the planet's surface. Most of it was wiped out in a massive explosion some 2 million years ago, but a few outlying buildings have more or less survived the blast. All evidence recovered so far points to this being some sort of research base built by the First League.
Situation log updated.
Signs of battle. There's clear evidence that a massive space battle took place in close orbit of Phonus 1b at some point in the last 5,000 years. The surface of one side of the moon is pockmarked with craters from stray weapons blasts, and scans from the ISS Erid Sur has picked up several hulks on the ground. Though these wrecked ships are all in very poor condition, the fact that none remains at all after damage they must have sustained is a testament to their advanced design. Science Officer So-and-so is preparing an expedition to sift through these derelict hulls for any valuable technologies.
Situation log updated.
Up the sensors, isolated cluster of things that could be buildings. Science Officer Sam Axe reports that the luminous waves coursing through the ice that blankets Rastaban 5 are of alien origin. Some ancient battle has deposited scattered wreckage from an alien fighter on frozen planet, and only the exposed core of its main weapons remains intact. It seems the alien race used lasers somewhat more advanced than the ones currently in use by the Saban fleets, and the fizzling innards periodically discharge low-powered lasers into the ice of Rastaban 5. The planet's harsh climate prevents lasers from actually melting the ice, allowing the Two Matrix to act as a brilliant prism.
Research complete.
Got blue lasers.
Construction complete.
Trying to reorder this. Just damn it, do it that way.
Research complete.
Gas giant ship. Active scans of Phenos 2 have picked up what appears to be a large ship deep inside the atmosphere of the gas giant. Judging by the nearby debris, there have been several failed attempts to salvage its derelict in the past, and a ship strong enough to withstand such crushing gravity must be a magnificent prize, and Science Officer So-and-so has proposed a salvage operation of her own.
Situation log updated. Special project complete.
The team under Science Officer Sam Axe has finished their expedition of Phenos 1b, returned to the ISS Erid Gur. Thankfully, the starship graveyard on the surface proved to be a technological treasure trove. Studying the remains of these vessels has advanced our research in certain fields by several years, and there is yet things to discover. Permanent science outposts in orbit will be a great boon to our starship engineering efforts.
Colonization in progress.
Some remnants of its infrastructure remain as was once an important colony of the Spawn Commonwealth. Some remnants of its infrastructure remain usable as a base to recolonize the planet. Nice. Then we got this bit.
Research complete.
Odd. Yes.
System survey complete.
Star patterns. The latest essential readings from Valderam have shown that the star pulsating regularly, but when the crew of the ISS Arid Sewer arrived on site, there's no evidence to support this data. The latest essential readings from Valderam showed the star pulsating regularly, but when the crew on the ISS Arid Sewer arrived on site, there was no evidence to support this data. While most of the crew are in agreement that the anomaly was caused by a sensory malfunction, Science Officer Drone discards this theory. Drone claims to have discovered similar pulsating energy emission patterns elsewhere, now fears that something strange is happening to the galaxy's stars. They charted a course to the nearest affected star.
Situation log updated.
The From Beyond, what the From Beyond found on what? What the From Beyond found on Nopron 4 were not buildings, but surprisingly regular mineral outcroppings. Science Officer Durbaxa asserts that these angular blocks of rock are the product of interactions between tectonic plates. Their shapes are the result of unusual tectonic physics inherent in the planet's crust. The perfect angle of these thrust faults implies the possibility of aliens tampering with Neopron 5's crust at some time in the past. The perfect angularity of these thrust faults implies a possibility of aliens tampering with Neopron 5's crust at some time in the past.
Construction complete.
Adopting all the lead will increase your monthly influence by 1. Fuck it, we'll go with this. I need the additional influence. Again. It's like nearly every 20 minutes I have to stop and check. It's just I'm tired, so I'm more paranoid. There's not enough amenities that can easily be solved by making a commercial zone.
Special project complete.
Space amoebas forever. The space amoebas, the name is stuck as the pronunciation of the proper xenotaxonomic demeanor is too unwieldy for the average Saban, are salty creatures, when left alone to their own devices. All but the youngest specimens are accompanied by quasi-independent flagella, organisms spawned by the amoeba and programmed through liquid RNA-laced secretions to do the bidding of the host. These flagella are capable of manipulating and even attacking objects in an impressive yet restricted range around the host, periodically returning to lodge inside the host amoeba's body for reprogramming. There are potentially military applications to be found in the regenerative properties of the amoeba's take hide, or the flagella's graceful patterns of movement. Flagellating movement modifier added, granting the following effects: 5% evasion. Some tissue samples.
Colonization in progress.
Brilliant. This planet was also previously held by us.
System survey complete. Special project complete.
The attempt by Science Officer Durabaxa to salvage a derelict ship from the atmosphere was a failure. Gas giant's heavy gravity disabled the engines of one of our tugs, which then collided with the derelict. Several lives were lost, and the was pushed even deeper beyond our reach. Shame. Alien vessels. Kappa aliens. Gradually taking this down. Recovered cash. While current wreckage. Carrier operations.
An alien empire has established communications.
Ooh, nice. I bring greetings from Grand Marshal Beck. Sorry, there's a moth trying to fly in my face. Of Lavender. Beak of Lavender. The undisputed ruler of Huron, the Huron Combine. Respect our borders and keep out of our affairs, and perhaps our mighty fleets will refrain from visiting your worlds.
Anomaly found. Special project complete.
The crew has made an unfortunate discovery. Like suspected, the pulsating pattern observed from Neuron was in fact due to sensory malfunction in Science Officer Drone's head. It had drone has turned erratic and suffers from delusions about servers pulsating coded warnings about the coming apocalypse, and of having been appointed protector of the realm. Group believes he manipulated the ship's sentry data during a psychotic spell. Drone is now in this medical pod headed back to Montani Prime, who will receive treatment. Thank you for your service, Drona. Protector of the realm. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. I wonder what the fuck you are.
System survey complete.
Our crew aboard the ISS Irid Gur reports that the Eos shipwreck appears to have been the result of an unexpected geomagnetic solar storm. The supply ship suffered a complete loss of life support systems and sustained inoperable damage. Drifting onto it entered the Eos gravity well. There are no survivors. Ship's cargo hold indeed hold a notable amount of minerals, however the captain cautions that the construction indicates a Mathium design. It's highly likely the minerals belong to the coalition, and they may be the place should we lay claim to their shipment. Return it to them. Sabans, we've received word of our downed supply ship's cargo. We'd like to extend our gratitude to you for taking the time to recover it, without the need for Imatarian intervention. Oh, we have a favour now. Nice.
Anomaly found.
Alien vessels in the Acmo system. They've been flagged until we learn more about them.
System survey complete.
Abandoned amusement park. The structures on this remote tree are not as old as we first believed. It seems to be a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science Officer Guferro notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that, to the builder's alien eyes, this might have been the cutting-edge sensor array, or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless of sevens, it mostly looks like a place where you take your young, let them amuse themselves. Brilliant. Coil guns.
Transmission.
Agree.
System survey complete.
This is pretty,
Anomaly found.
research. Actually,
Special project complete.
we've established communication with the independent station of the Mutagon Merchant Guild. Welcome, friends. I represent the Mutagon Merchant Guild, and let me be the first to welcome you to the Acmo system. Our organization consists of hundreds of independent Mutagon merchant captains who brave the spaceways in search of the next good deal. At the facilities, you'll be able to trade away some of your excess resources. Please contact us if you're interested in such an arrangement. A micro-singularity recently intersected Dristmac 1, passing straight through the core, emerged on the other side of the planet. The encounter does not seem to have caused any permanent damage, but has altered the energy output of the planetary core slightly in a way that defies our current scientific models. Further study may be warranted.
System survey complete. System survey complete.
The Matriarch. A creature of legend swims languorously between the gas giants in the Trajam system. Larger than any Tayani on record, and larger than any of our projections could have allowed for. A space whale of impossible proportions seems to have made her nest here. With tentacles larger than a Saban battleship, which we don't have, this magnificent matriarch's glowing hide stands out startlingly against the void of space. She's old, incredibly so. A venerable ancient covered end to end in battle scars and strange growths. Gigantic unexploded proton torpedo is lodged in the venerable creature's back, and the fractured remains of ships in this system speak of what matter of fate for any vessels that stray too close.
Evading hostile fleet. System survey complete. System survey complete. Anomaly found.
The ISS Eritsu crew have reported the presence of decaying orbital stations at multiple tomb worlds near the Groman system. It appears whatever interstellar nation once inhabited the Groman system appears to have collapsed into ruin long ago. Crumbling Burrow is a junkyard of a planet covered in the irradiated, rustling remains of demolished buildings, infrastructure, and vehicles. No higher forms of life are recognized. Might get more insight into this lost civilization by surveying any similar planet in this and neighboring systems. Ah, great. The one we got from the event, Suicide. Didn't think they would do that. The asteroid appears to have been used intermittently as a base by a band veiling Paris roughly 1,000 years ago. A small boarding party entered the base and managed to recover their abandoned treasure hoard. It consists largely of stolen trinkets and artifacts, but some of it still appears to be of value.
Colony established. Anomaly found.
Unknown structure floating in this gas giant's upper atmosphere appears to be using aerostatic lift to remain buoyant.
Research complete.
A small aerostat colony floating just above it appears to be self-sufficient and remains from several different species were found on board. As best as we could tell, the colony was some sort of social experiment conducted centuries ago that ultimately ended with the colonists massacring each other. Don't know that all the data in the colony's limited data banks. Develop new skills, expertise in minerals.
System survey complete. System survey complete.
You're apparently maniacal. I would like to know what that means.
Research complete. System survey complete. Incoming transmission.
Do that. Demand vessalization.
Incoming transmission.
Surface stamp. Yes.
Colony established.
Too weak to survive its own submit. What we assume was an enormously small gas giant is in fact not. Beneath its deceptive air of thick dust swirling the upper atmosphere lies a regular planet. A barren planet, but a planet nonetheless. This is quite an embarrassment to the astronomical community on Palanai Prime. After identifying an anomaly in the gravity well of there, they discovered shattered wreckage of an ancient ore superfreighter buried deep in the asteroid's crust. It must have carried a full load when it crashed, and the asteroid's material outputs have been revised accordingly. I'd love to take there, but it's relatively beyond me.
Anomaly found.
Let atmospheric stream do math to simulate projections. I would love to take it. It's beautiful, but it's way too burly. Our initial of the ruinous core suggests the planet is the fallen capital of Lost Empire, which Junkers may have encountered. We have encountered prior. More thorough search is needed. An immense ragged plains of shadow drift across Kuroa's sixth face. They are cast not by clouds, but by sheets of organic matter drifting through the upper layers of the atmosphere, hinged or otherwise, or rather jointed, to allow us for a small degree of articulation. Science Officer Gufarrell is as yet unwilling to say whether these things are flora or fauna, or what possible purpose, if any, their elaborate shadow casting might serve. Hey folks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Sorry, I keep getting paranoid every once in a while. The ISS Eridsur's survey of the asteroid is temporarily halted as a probe is caught by an errant gravitational anomaly. The probe managed to transmit some data before it was brutally crushed by the extreme forces that completely dissipated soon after. As per their initial suspicions, Ruinous Core appears to have been the fallen capital of spacefaring society, whose former colonies are now but irradiated scrap heaps on inhospitable tomb worlds. From the data the team has gathered, the downfall of this lost civilization will most certainly result of interstellar warfare waged against some unknown external threat. It remains unclear whether the planet's owners repelled the invasion but succumbed to the post-war fallout of a piratic victory, or invaders crushed these colonies and their inhabitants before moving on. As the extreme state of ruin of the planet precludes the extraction of data from any remaining electronics, and neither the capital nor its colonies possess any survivors, it seems we never know for certain. It was not immediately apparent at the time, but a recent survey carried out by seemingly sparked a breakthrough in the ongoing study of the mysterious Algates when the report filtered back to the scientific community in Palanai Prime.
Research complete.
I'm gonna build this up.
Anomaly found.
Research. Great fleet.
System survey complete.
Okay, get them so I can get a higher tier ship because I want to. Basically, while these people are temporary or ally, they can. It's quite possible, even likely, that they're going to attack me because they now have a subjugation caucus belly, or however you say it. Nestled in sheltered pockets across Ariga 2's surface is a rich sludge of simple organic compounds that the researchers believe could be a hotbed for abiogenesis, the spontaneous formation of organic life from lifeless matter. Iriga 2 has an unusually thick atmosphere for a barren world, which can make it hospitable for simple life forms. Although this presents a unique opportunity to study what could be the early stages of the origin of life, it would be best to set our expectations low, as it may still be billions of years before life evolves naturally on Iriga 2, if at all.
Incoming transmission.
We would not want to drag your empire into a conflict, but a square would benefit from joining together against possible threats. Oh, I already had one. New contact. Call themselves the Commonwealth. The Casvalvia Commonwealth. Warlord Kago has sent regards from the ruling council of the Casvalvia Commonwealth. We hope that a productive relationship with your people. We hope for a productive relationship with your people. But be warned that our military will respond to any transgressions in our space with maximum force. Or council. There's been an increase in feral behavior. Apparently parts of the population has experienced hereto unprecedented levels of lust and aggression. No one knows why. Detailed surface scans of Coral the third, Coral 3, have identified a large impact crater containing the wreckage of several ancient starships of unknown design. Ships appear to be completely devoid of life support systems. Detailed surface scans of Coral 3 have identified a large impact crater containing the wreckage of several ancient starships of unknown design. Ships appear to be completely devoid of life support systems, leading us to suspect that they were either unusually large drones controlled by some form of artificial intelligence. Interestingly, the hull of the ships was constructed out of living metal, exceedingly rare and inorganic compound with many unique properties. This metal can be programmed to assume a certain shape or form and will slowly regrow itself if damaged. Over a period of several millennia, the surviving metal from the wrecked ships has fused into a large, extremely dense deposit that could potentially be mined for centuries to come. Nice. Let's end this charade. They've declared us their rivals. Great. The feral behavior on Neomar Prime has shown no signs of stopping anytime soon. In fact, it's risen since last report. Promiscuous and violent acts have happened all the time, and a large part of the population seems to be affected.
System survey complete. Situation log.
This is madness. The situation in Nomatar Prime is part of our control. Certain amount of inhabitants are now infected with whatever is causing this feral deluge. Colonies start to break down because of it. Something needs to be done, or no more Prime will be lost. Well then do something.
Situation log updated.
What can only be described as a dimensional portal has been discovered in a remote location on Shirat Prime. Well, weather prediction algorithms noticed a strange air current, which was eventually determined to be caused by a slight leakage of atmosphere into the portal. The rate of loss is far too small for it to make any difference to life on Shirat Prime, but the very existence of this portal raises some disturbing questions, such as where does it lead to, and could something come through from the portal from the other side?
Situation log updated.
It's now time to investigate what's causing strange and destructive behavior of the colony. Keep stopping, starting and stopping. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just end this charade. Great. Assumed.
System
Immigration
survey.
packs, research packs, commercial and defensive. Oh, Samax is back to being the first speaker. Have to build 3 more mining stations. That should happen naturally enough.
System survey complete. Special project complete.
Savage spores. The investigation of strange and wild behavior currently besetting Nomatar Prime has been completed. In the vast network of cave tunnels that permeates the planet's crust, on the investigation of the strange and wild behavior currently besetting Nomatar Prime has been completed. In the vast network of cave tunnels that permeates the planet's crust, an enigmatic fungus has been found. It goes all over the caves, floor, walls, ceiling, and stretches out for thousands of miles. Fungus frequently releases spores that are vented out of the caves. For all purposes not being established, but we know that it causes primitive behavior in a species, releasing primal urges within. We can try to find a useful application for this phenomenon, or can exterminate the fungus altogether.
Situation log updated. Construction complete.
All governmental buildings in our great empire should be monuments to the state, moving over the populace to inspire obedience, loyalty, and all.
Anomaly found.
They probably like each other for hating my guts.
System survey complete.
Signal, that was a distress call from a ship in orbit around there. It's not giving off any heat signatures and appears to be drifting. A special project to investigate what happened to the crew.
Situation log updated.
Trouble news regarding deteriorating health of Go Feral. Attack appearance makes him look as though he aged 20 years. Burn duty is a heavy thing to bear.
Construction complete. Special project complete.
The crew of the ship have been found dead. What's more disturbing is they appear to have been killed by some highly advanced brain parasites which infested them and drove them mad. Thanks to Science Officer Carrick's findings, we were able to protect our own crew from being infected. Oh, well done. Oh, a ton of inhospitable walls. Industrial facilities have been built over the outlets for the fungus-infested cave systems. Apart from filtering and regulating these spores, these plants can also convert any excess spore clouds into useful exotic gases. Population growth is increased as the somewhat randy inhabitants of Nomotar Prime satisfy their urges more frequently, which unfortunately also means that the level of violence and conflict is somewhat higher on Nomotar Prime. An entire world dedicated to the ever-expanding needs of the bureaucracy. Oh, go for all that.
Special project complete.
The dimensional portal in Sheriff Prime leads to a dimension of pure entropy. It's difficult to get even sensor readings because the very energy of her pings is rapidly dissipating. Best theory is that this null void is a dimension where the majority of point zero energy is negative, and so any positive energy which was once present has long since been used up. Knowing this might be possible to construct a weapon which can use the null void energy's destruction offensively.
System
Also
survey
produced dark matter. Oh, they've been built. Beautiful.
Construction complete. Anomaly found.
Research. Pause it. 1, 2. Alright, hey folks, and I'm back. Hear me, hear the game, see the game. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Keep going.
Research complete. System survey complete.
Do it. Dooman system. Strange objects have been flagged and we'll learn more about them. Thermal-driven outflow. Thermal-driven outflow. Close inspection of the platform orbiting Tar Velum has revealed that it is a complex but somewhat erratic somewhat erratic alien design. Waterproof machinery and advanced climate control suggest it was likely built for a life form that secreted a rich amount of fluids, very likely to be of the molluscide variety. Before falling into disrepair, microwave beams have been used to heat the regions of the star's atmosphere, provoking large sustained eruptions that increase solar wind outflow significantly. The energy was then harvested with an orbital mine. The platform is designed around some highly experimental concepts. Here.